Hey guys, what's up? I'm Erin and welcome back to the channel. If there's one thing I love about personal finance, it's real life stories that bring the numbers to life. And if you followed this channel for any length of time, you know that I love the columnist The Moneyist, where people write in for personal advice, seeking clarity and some expertise on their situation. I just saw an article that stood out to me. A woman who was recently widowed just at the age of 58. She has a strong financial foundation, but big concerns about her future. Let's set the stage. As I said, she's recently widowed at the age of 58 and says she's eligible for an early retirement from her career through the rule of 80, at which point she would have a pension income after taxes of $6,500 a month. She receives $1,600 per month as the surviving spouse of a service member who died from a service-connected illness. Her health insurance is covered through her pension, and she has secondary health insurance through the VA. Her house and her vehicles are completely paid off. She has $300,000 in a Roth and roughly another $700,000 in a traditional 401k, giving her a total investment portfolio of about $1 million. Additionally, in 2 years, at the age of 60, she will be eligible for survivor Social Security benefits on her late husband's record, which would be a total of $2,400 a month. Her primary concern is an economic downturn and how that would impact her 401k and her Roth and her investments as a whole. And while she says she's fairly healthy now, she has a family history of some illnesses and worries that potentially one day she may need to foot the bill for long-term health care. And with the rising cost of healthcare, this can come with a pretty big burden, and it's a concern shared by the vast majority of retirees. I thought this situation had so many good talking points, so I thought it would make a great video. Let's dive in. This woman mentioned that she's eligible for an early retirement from her career at the age of 58 under the rule of 80. The rule of 80 is common for public sector employees as a way to determine when you're eligible for retirement and when you're eligible to receive full pension benefits. Its formula is pretty simple. It's simply your age plus years of service equals 80. If you add these two numbers together, your age plus your years of service, and the sum is 80 or greater, you are eligible for full pension benefits, even if you're younger than traditional full retirement age. An example might be, if you're age 55 and have 25 years of service, this would give you a number of 80, so you would be eligible for full retirement benefits. In the case of this woman who wrote in here, she's 58, so this tells us she must have at least 22 years of service. This is a fairly common rule, and you'll also see another variation, which is the rule of 85, where your age and your years of service must total 85 or greater. This woman also mentions that she will be receiving a full pension of $6,500 a month and $1,600 a month as a surviving spouse of a service member who died from a service-connected illness. There's a really important thing to point out about these income streams. Her $6,500 a month, her pension, she said that's her pension post-tax. And that $1,600 a month she's receiving from losing her husband, well, it's likely that that's a dependency and indemnity compensation from the VA. And it's unlikely that that is subject to federal taxes. So this means that she is in the position to receive $8,100 a month in the form of pensions post-tax, or $97,200 for the year. Having this level of guaranteed income streams is absolutely incredible. This should put her on really sound financial footing. And remember, pensions are guaranteed income streams. So regardless of what is happening in the stock market or the broader market as a whole, she can count on these monthly installments. Our widow also mentions that at the age of 60, she would be eligible for $2,400 a month in survivor benefits from Social Security. This is the earliest age at which a non-disabled individual can claim survivor benefits. And by claiming early, you do receive a reduced benefit, 71.5% of the benefit you would otherwise be entitled to at your full retirement age. And survivor's benefits do not increase beyond your full retirement age. So in this situation, this woman would be entitled to $2,400 a month in survivor's benefits at the age of 60. And if she waited until her full retirement age of 67, that benefit would increase to $3,200 a month, which would be 100% of the benefit her deceased husband would have otherwise been entitled to at his full retirement age. Based on how this information is presented, we're led to believe that this individual would like to claim survivor's benefits at the age of 60, 2 years from now, because she's 58. At which point, she would boost her annual income by $28,800, giving her a total annual income of $126,000. All without having to touch her investments. This is a phenomenal position to be in. But let's take a moment to walk through a couple different examples. What if she did want to wait until her full retirement age of 67 to claim survivor's benefits? That would be 9 years from now. At that point, those survivor benefits would increase to $3,200 a month or an additional $38,400 for the year, giving her a total annual income of $135,600. Yes, this amount is more, but is it worth the wait? Well, that depends on her personal circumstances. Otherwise, we could explore the option where she takes survivor's benefits at the age of 60 and delays claiming her own personal benefit and allows that to grow to its maximum benefit payout at the age of 70. This might be a good option for her. Survivor benefits are independent from personal benefits, meaning that claiming one doesn't affect the other. So if she decides to claim survivor benefits at the age of 60, leaves her own benefit completely untouched, and that grows to its maximum allowed amount at the age of 70, if at this time her personal benefit is greater than $2,400, the survivor benefits, she would want to switch to her own personal benefit, and this could increase her income streams further. However, without having this information presented to us, it's unclear whether that would be the option. So I'm just putting it out there as a talking point, but we don't have the details in this situation. For her to make an informed decision, she would want to check with the Social Security Administration what her benefit could fully grow to at the age of 70. And if this amount is greater than that $2,400 a month, she would want to switch to it. If her benefit would be less than the $2,400 a month, she would want to stick with the survivor benefits. But it's definitely something worth looking into. Right now, she has guaranteed income streams of over $97,000 a year. And in 2 years' time, that will increase to $126,000 a year. Many pensions have cost of living adjustments built in. When it comes to VA pensions and Social Security, these too do adjust with inflation over time. So it's very likely that her spending power will remain constant and keep up with inflation over the years. Since she's debt-free with no auto loans or mortgage, she should be able to enter into retirement with very minimal financial stress. This significantly reduces the impact that market fluctuations would have on her, as she does have 3 guaranteed streams of income: Social Security when she eventually decides to claim it, a VA pension, as well as her own personal pension. So she may not need to take anything from investments in order to cover her essential daily costs. Her investments may be left to just sit and accumulate over time. As far as that investment portfolio, our writer has $700,000 in a traditional 401k and $300,000 in a Roth. She writes that her investments are in low-cost ETFs with a modest growth strategy. With a 4% safe rate of withdrawal, her portfolio could easily generate an additional $40,000 per year in investment income. However, being that she has such strong guaranteed income sources and very little debt or no debt to speak of, I think it's unlikely that she would even need to touch her investments. It's very likely that her investments would simply be left to grow over time. Yes, they will fluctuate over time because that's what the market does, but overwhelmingly in the long run, the market ends up being up. The strong, robust years are more powerful than the down years. 70% of the time, the market is up compared to down. So I bet when she leaves this money invested, it will simply grow over time and give her a greater financial foundation. If she were to simply leave this $1 million invested and untouched, and it captured a modest 5% annual rate of return, in 10 years' time, it would be worth nearly $1.6 million. I don't have a doomsday plan when it comes to investing. When people ask, what if the market completely collapses? I don't have a plan for that. I believe in the market long term. And if everything goes to pot, well, then I think our investments are the least of our concerns. Retirement can feel overwhelming. Going from having a structured life to having to create a new sense of purpose and fill your day with activities can feel overwhelming. On top of that, this woman is recently widowed. That comes with its own set of emotional and financial tolls. From a financial standpoint, she is in an excellent position with 3 guaranteed income streams that may fully cover all of her expenses. It's entirely possible that she may never need to touch her investments at all. I fully understand the fear and the unpredictability surrounding healthcare costs and what might happen with the market long term, especially as you enter into retirement and you're kind of changing up the stability of your life. But I do think that it's very likely to say that in this woman's situation, among her pensions alone and Social Security, she would even be able to cover all of those healthcare costs out of pocket and may never need to touch her investments. This is a very real possibility. Right now, the smartest move she can make is to pause and give herself time before making any major decisions. Losing a spouse is an immense emotional shock, and the big financial moves do not need to be rushed. The good news is she's in an exceptionally strong financial position with guaranteed income streams exceeding $100,000. She's got a paid off home, a paid off car, and $1 million in investments. She has stability. She has security. She has options. Right now, the best course of action might be just to take a minute to breathe and adjust and move forward on her own terms when she's ready. What are your thoughts on this situation? Leave them in a comment down below. I post new videos every single week. If you got anything at all out of this one, please give it a like. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, or if you know of someone who might get something out of this type of content, please consider sharing. I'll see you soon. Bye. Her investments are in low-cost ETFs. Oh my freaking goodness. These items would likely cover the vast majority, or if equals 80. Just turned on. It's good because it's a little chilly, but as you know, I get like crazy hot when I film, so use a little heat, I suppose. Really sound financial footing. Oh, stupid fridge. But she has a history. My shoulder is twitching. 58. Ow. Oh my gosh. Eyes twitching, my shoulder's twitching. I'm falling apart. I'm a big twitch ball.